My wife gave me 20 days of silent treatment, so I quietly moved out and left one note behind. My wife gave me the silent treatment for 20 days, so on day 21, I made it permanent. It started after a 12-hour shift when I walked into a kitchen that looked wrecked. Plates were stacked high, takeout boxes were everywhere, and she was on the couch scrolling on her phone. I said, "Hey, can you help me clean up before dinner?" She stared at me like I'd slapped her. "Excuse me? I work too. I'm not your maid." I said, "I didn't say that. I'm tired, and we both live here. I thought we could do it together." She stood up fast, grabbed her purse, and said, "Figure it out yourself, and don't expect me to talk to you until you learn some respect." The front door slammed hard enough to shake the wall. When she came back later, she walked past me and shut herself in the bedroom. The next morning I said, "Can we talk about last night?" She poured coffee, grabbed her keys, and left like I wasn't even there. That night I tried again, and she stared right through me. By day 5, I got it. This wasn't about dishes, it was about control. She wanted me to panic, beg, and apologize for asking for basic help. She'd stand there, watching my face, hunting for a crack. I tried being calm anyway. I left a note that said, "We're on the same team." She tossed it in the trash without looking at me. I'd say good morning, nothing. I'd ask how her day was, nothing. But she made sure I heard the loud sighs, the cabinet slams, the heavy footsteps, like sound effects in a one-person drama. On day 7, I was eating a sandwich at the table, watching her sit there with that proud, cold face, and I started laughing. Not because it was funny, but because it hit me how childish it was. She shot me a sharp look, still silent, still waiting for me to break. That laugh was the first time I felt calm all week. After that, the house got quiet in a different way. No arguing, no snippy comments, no fights over trash day. I cleaned my dishes, did my laundry, and stopped asking her for anything. I came home, ate, watched my shows, and went to bed without tiptoeing around her mood. Around day 10, she started testing me. She'd hover in the kitchen like she wanted to talk, then turn away. She accidentally bumped my shoulder in the hall and stared at me, waiting for a reaction. I just stepped aside and kept going. She'd talk on speakerphone with her friends right in front of me. I'd hear, "Some men don't respect working women," and she'd glance at me like I was supposed to feel shame. One night she ordered food just for herself and ate it at the counter, then left the greasy bags on the floor. I made eggs, tossed the bags, and kept my mouth shut. The quieter I got, the more annoyed she looked. Day 15, her sister called. She said, "Is everything okay? She seems really stressed." I said, "Everything's fine." She asked for space, so I'm giving it to her. Her sister asked what happened. I said, "She knows what happened. She can end this anytime by talking like an adult." After that call, I realized she was probably telling people a version where I was the bad guy. Fine, I stopped feeling guilty. Instead, I started getting practical. I looked at our bills and the account balances. I gathered my passport, birth certificate, and the other papers I'd need if things got messy. I opened my own bank account and moved my paycheck and my share into it. I didn't touch her money. I saved the transfer receipts. I took quick photos of the rooms because I could already picture her saying I stormed out and broke things. Every silent day made one thing clear. She didn't miss me. She missed having power over me. Day 20, she couldn't hold it in anymore. She paced the living room, glancing at me, then at her phone, then back at me. She stopped near the couch like she was about to start a speech, then walked off and slammed a drawer. Her face said, "Any minute now, you're going to fold." I didn't. That night, while she was in the shower, I packed an overnight bag. Clothes, laptop, charger, folder of documents. No big show, no yelling, just quiet steps and a zipper closing. Day 21, I woke up at 5:30 before she even moved. I carried my bag to the car and drove off while the street was still dark. I went to a short-term place I'd already lined up, sat down, and made coffee. My phone was face down on the table. Around 8:30, it started buzzing non-stop. I let it ring, then ring again. Missed calls piled up fast. The first voicemail sounded sweet, like she was trying to act normal. The next one sounded annoyed. Then her voice turned sharp, asking where I was and why I wasn't answering. Back at home, she probably walked into the kitchen ready to end my punishment, like she was doing me a favor. Instead, she found the bedroom half empty and the quiet even louder. On the bathroom mirror, I left one note, short and clean. "Silence is golden. Enjoy it forever." Now our friends are saying I should have begged and stayed. Was I wrong?